My video is starting. Good morning. It's 11:38. I'm waiting for things to catch up. Good morning. My headset is weird. Please tell me if there's a fuzziness with my headset. I think I've corrected it, but there we are. We've caught up. Good morning. Good morning. It's Monday. It is 11:39 on Monday morning, and it's been a minute since I was live because last week I was flattened by the solar flares. It took me out. I couldn't function on Monday. I was exhausted. I was asleep at 11 o'clock in the morning because I had to put myself back to bed. I was wiped out. I don't know if any of you felt the sort of the solar flare experience, but it was pretty intense. I read something about so if you don't know, every periodically the sun emits these like really high and high intensity beams of electromagnetic essentially radiation. It's that's what the sun is, whatever. It's natural, it's a phenomenon. And it hits the earth, and the earth's electromagnetic field is what sort of keeps us from burning up. Um, but I did read something that said in I don't know if it was 2023 or whatever year it was, there was like 13 of these high intensity flares that happened for the whole year. And we had 19 of them last weekend. So you can imagine that it was wreaking havoc with our own electromagnetic fields. And that's really what we were experiencing is the wreaking of havoc. I read something that said there was a potential it would even take out things like the internet. Um, it didn't, obviously, but that's the intensity of the flares. And so think about we as humans have our natural electromagnetic field around us. We have this energy system. We're all basically made of the same atoms as stardust. And so um, what affects the earth affects us. And it's true, this, right? So as we move into New Earth, mm, I love my tea. As we move into New Earth, we are experiencing what the Earth experiences. There's really no separation anymore. There's no separation between time. There's no separation of distance. There's no separation of humans. There's no separation between us and the Earth, which is why it sometimes feels like there's a sickness because the Earth is trying to upgrade with us. So she's saying, I'm upgrading. You can come with me or not, but I'm going to fix what's broken. And so imagine that the solar flares they do take its toll on us. And for sure, man, it hit me like a ton of bricks. It was rough. Um, so I'm grateful to be back. And also I started a new uh, vitamin D supplement this week, a couple days ago, and I'm already feeling the effects. I have way more concentration and way more energy. I got so much shit done this morning that I was like, oh, I made like a doctor's appointment and a mammogram appointment and all of my care that I've been putting off for weeks. It was like, oh, I just got it done. It was easy. So I'm really grateful. I had been taking vitamin D. I always do, but I had been out for I don't know several weeks because I just kept forgetting to buy them, and then I wanted to decide which supplement was I going to try, and I'm trying to sort of adjust things, and so we got Patty got her sister got this new supplement that's it's a liquid, it's a drop actually, um, and I am like I feel like a new woman. Like I feel like I got a new lease on life, and I know it'll adjust, but I'm so excited to feel like I'm back to me again. So that's pretty cool. I will look up what this, I'll tell you what the brand is if anybody's interested, but I don't think you can buy it commercially. I think you have to be like a practitioner to order it. So it's super high dose and good stuff. I recommend it highly. I recommend vitamin D in general highly because it's one of those things that's more of a hormone than a vitamin, and it helps with so much. It helps with mood, it helps with concentration, it helps with energy levels, it helps with sleep, it helps with, you know, besides all the things that we know it does, like healthy bones and joints and whatever. So vitamin D is one of those things that most of us, especially in the Northeast, don't get enough of because, you need to get unprotected sun in order to synthesize vitamin D, but even then our bodies just don't produce as much of it. So anyway, new vitamins, new supplements, solar flares, and the third topic, old friends. I had the delight of having breakfast or brunch yesterday with some friends from high school. Actually, some friends from elementary and junior high. We all went to school together. And these women I have known for 40 years. I mean, the newest among us came in seventh grade, I think. So we're talking like 12. So some of the women I've known since I was 9, which is 40 years. Some of the women I've known since I was 12, so 37 years. But we're still talking a so like that's longer than some of my clients have been alive on the planet. Um, that's a long time for friendships, and we don't see each other very often. I mean, we talked about it. I don't think we had seen each other for at least a year and a half or so, the last time we all got together. But every time, it's as if there's really no time has passed. And that's the length and breadth of the friendship is pretty remarkable, but the depth of the friendship is really cool. And we were laughing and joking and sharing current lives. I don't even think we reminisced so much about our past lives. We were really laughing about our current lives. And at one point I said something about, well, I'm sure they think that's my fault. And my dear friend Brittany leaned over to me and she was like, I do too. And it was like we were 18 again, and she was teasing me like she used to, and it was such a beautiful, magical moment that it was so fun. Um, one of my friends was late, and then she was like 20 minutes late, and I was like, we haven't changed much since high school. We've been out of school, what, 35 years, 34 years? And we really haven't changed much. We've just become more of ourselves. Um, so it was just such a delightful, and we've already scheduled our next meeting, so we don't go another year and a half. I don't know if you're fortunate enough to have old friends, and I understand that like sometimes life changes and we go through these uh we don't always get the chance to have friends that we have known us our whole lives still in our lives. And I get that. Sometimes that's a sadness. Sometimes life, you know, just moves on. You move in a different direction. And if there are people in your world who you had a beautiful relationship with, maybe this is an invitation to reach out to them. This happened for us because Lily's been looking through my yearbook. She's been reading. She loves. I don't know why. She's an interesting kid. Um, but so she loves looking through my yearbook. She loves looking at all the pictures. She loves like asking me questions about all the people. She loves looking at the hairdos because let's face it, 1993 called, and the bangs and the hair. So she gets a huge kick out of it. She likes to talk about these people, and some of them I remember and some of them I don't remember. Like I graduated with like 200 kids. I can't really remember 200 people. I remember a lot of them though. But so she'll ask me, who was this person? Were they popular? Were they a friend? And what are these, all the little sayings in your yearbook and all the little descriptions and all the inscriptions that people write. And it's just fascinating. But because we've been doing this, I've been down amnesia lane, and it just really inspired me. So I reached out to these women and I was like, "Hey, I miss you. Let's get together." And I'm so glad we did because it's just a level of richness, and so much we talk about tribe, we talk about circles of women, we talk about needing places to just be ourselves. And again, we're not in each other's day-to-day lives, but there's this shared history, this 40-year shared history means we can show up as we are. We don't have to pretend. Um, We just get to be, and that's really important, especially now. What we need more than anything is tribe, community, family, connection. We're craving it, and as spiritual beings, we need it. We cannot, like, the message for May this month was so clearly about we need community and creating community and allowing and fostering community and sharing our burdens. Like, that was the message from the Council of Light. It has been the message all month long. Community, connection, togetherness, tribe. We are no longer alone. And I know it often feels like it's we are. So that's why it was so cool to get together with these with women yesterday who have seen me in all stages of my life. Yeah. They knew me before I was out. Right? They knew me before I had a sister. They've known me longer than my sister has, because my sister was born when I was 20. So it's just a neat it was just a neat adventure. And then, Patty and I went to the movies last night, and we saw a movie about these two lifelong best friends who are having babies together. The movie is called Babes, which, if you haven't seen it, it's a very good movie. It was funny, it was sassy, it was poignant. It was really good. I highly recommend it. It's not playing everywhere. We had to go to Kendall to see it. We had to go to Cambridge. I think it opens everywhere soon, but do yourselves a favor. It's a really funny movie. Ilana Glazer and Michelle Padua. I can't remember, but they're just amazing. Again, lifelong best friends, and what they're going through together. It's go with your girlfriends, go with your tribe, go with moms, but it's really good movie. So yesterday was like a day that was just sort of marinating in old friendships, and it was really cool. It was really neat. And yeah, I mean that's all I really have. I just wanted to invite you and encourage you to, if you don't have a tribe and you feel like you're lost and moorless, let's talk. I have a whole bunch, I have my hands in a whole bunch of things where we are creating community. My friend Carol Ward is doing this. I think, I mean, she's creating this center, this healing center, Circles of Joy. I will post some information about that below. But it's going to be a really cool place to connect and gather and share. And she said you could even drop in and have coffee. I mean, she has a beautiful vision for this. We are in the process of, my Healers Guild is creating scions of Healers Guilds. So if that's something that you're called to, chat with me, because we're going to be having space for that. I belong to something called the Human Array, which is, I mean, ultimately going to be the spiritual version of Google, but it right now is inviting spiritual seekers, sure, but catalysts, people who teach and share and want to share their light and magic in a platform. So because community is such a important part for me, I have community values. I mean, I'm this page, I have always wanted this to be a page of people to come and share and explore. Uh, Tammy, the healing centers are going to be in Hudson, and the Human Array is all over. The Human Array is online, so they're everywhere. So not specifically New Hampshire, but certainly accessible online. But I have always wanted this to be that space as well. What I keep trying to figure out how to do is create like a spiritual gathering once a month. I just have never found the right time that works for me. So it might be that one of you wants to take that on as a spiritual cafe, and I'll provide all the resources. And if you want to take that on, that would be awesome. I just sometimes don't have the bandwidth for that. But I think we need it. I do think we need. Not only do I think, I know, my guides have told me, tribe, family, community, connection. Now is the time. I went to an event on Saturday, a networking event, masterclass, and I met a handful of people that I knew or that I chatted with, and I think of networking as just friends I haven't met yet. But same thing. There was a community, right? I had a conversation with a woman, and she was like, "Well, how do you do this?" And I just was like, "I just hold a vibration, and they just come." And she was like, "I need to know more." So what I say to you is hold a vibration for your tribe. Put the call out there because they'll come because they want you to. Um, what do I have going on? The consciousness class, man, this consciousness class is super cool. Our the last chance to get in is this week. If you're not in by this week, you can't join us. But it's going to be a super cool class. The archetype class, I think I pushed it off till July because again, I just didn't have the space for it. Um, I am launching a group program. It's in the works. Stay tuned for it. It is going to be Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. We will meet twice a month. So it's one of those things that you can come to one or both of the sessions, and they will be loosely, you'll come with what's up and we'll chat about it. Um, and it's going to be really cool. So I think we will start that. I think it'll start probably mid late June, but it's going to be twice a week, 12:30 every other Wednesday, because my Healers Guild meets every other Wednesday. So that's that's the slot I have. Touch base with me about that, and that's kind of all I got. So I hope you have a beautiful Monday. I wish you lots of amazing sunshine and vitamin D. And if you don't have a tribe, let me help you find your tribe because that's one of the things I excel at. I love you all. Big hugs.